Hello, everyone. Welcome to History 1113, World Civilization to 1500. This is Mr. Haddigan. I'll be taking you through this kind of introduction to this course, what to expect from me, what to expect from the course as you take it online. You'll notice that I'm very raw in these videos. So if I stumble like that, just keep going. It's as if we were in person, right? um, so like I said, my name is Mr. Haddigan. This is History 1113, World Civ to 1500. So let's go ahead and get started. This is me. You see my picture here. It's also here for you. It's also on the BRCC website, so I know we're online. If you ever forget what I look like, just go look at our Canvas homepage. You can get me there. But a little bit of my background, I have a Bachelor of Arts and a Master of Arts degree in history. Both of them are in history from Southeastern Louisiana University. I do currently work there full time, working with the freshman students there and kind of that transition to college. And then here at the RCC, I teach part time online history courses. I teach the American History sequence, so American History 1 and 2, and the World Civ sequence, so World Civ to 1500 and since 1500. And I've been at BRCC since 2021, teaching since then. So pretty experienced with it now. Got a lot of semesters under my belt at this point. So a few things about me. I do have a big passion for history. To get 2 degrees of it, 6 years of your life, you kind of have to be into it, right? You kind of have to like it. So I definitely do. I like the part of being able to understand the human experience from a variety of perspectives, really trying to dig down and understand why we are the way we are, how we got to where we are, how do we interact with each other now, and what are those pressures, right? What are those factors that made us the way we are now? So that's all definitely going to be present here in World Civ. So I'm very excited to explore that and share that with you guys. My two favorite drinks: coffee, Dr. Pepper. Yes, caffeine and caffeine. But everybody has their thing, right? And coffee and Dr. Pepper are mine. Um, I also really enjoy alternative rock music. I'm always looking for something new on Spotify. My all-time favorite band is Paramore. I was lucky enough to go see them in New Orleans last year. Great time, great time. Got floor tickets right there up on the stage. One of the best times that I've had. And I enjoy all kinds of conversations about history. And nothing is really off topic, right? I like to say with history, everything has a history. So don't think about this as your high school history class or your last history class that you took, where you just kind of sat there and memorized facts, really bored the whole time, did not want to be there. I know this is a class that most of you have to take and not necessarily want to take, but I'm going to try and make it as interactive as possible. And if you ever have questions about any part of history, right? So what we're learning, what I'm not talking about, things that I'm not, you know, drawing attention to that you think are important, definitely talk to me, send me an email, post it in our forums. Definitely, I'm here for that conversation. And I like to say that while you may be a vet tech or a teaching grades 1 through 5, right? Those may be your majors. Your passion may not be history. I always like to say that everything has a history, right? You have medical history, you have the history of education, all these things that we take for granted in our lives started somewhere. So try to find those things, try to connect those things, pull those threads as we're kind of working together through this course this semester. Find the thing that's interesting to you, that grabs you. And if you need help, definitely let me know. I can point you in the right direction. So about me, my teaching philosophy, curiosity is 100% the driving force behind learning. You have to know, not know, you have to want to know. See, I said it's raw, uncut footage here. You have to want to know the why or the how, right? You have to ask these kind of deeper questions behind things. And this is a skill that you can take everywhere, not just in this history class, but throughout your own individual programs, your personal lives, when you're just at home watching the news, even if it's e-news, right? Why are they telling you about that particular celebrity, right? Question everything. One of my professors used to say that, question everything, including me, right? And I keep that philosophy here as well. I definitely want to try and help spark your curiosity. So if I'm not covering something, if I'm not covering something deep enough, definitely call me out on it, and we'll talk about it. Um, Again, here, forget the last history class that you were in. This is not how we do history here in my class, and it's not how we do history in the collegiate level in general. Though some professors may treat these lower level classes, the World Civ, American Sequence, they might treat them a little basic because kind of everybody has to take those. But I still want you to find something meaningful. I don't want you to just memorize facts and dates and put that forward for me, right? I want you to learn these skills. Want you to have a solid grasp of this content, right? Because it is beneficial to you as you move on through life, even if you never take another history course again. So in this course, we focus more on the why and how of facts, right? Not what, right? We know the what. The what is easy to get. What's hard and what is the process of doing history is learning and looking at the why and the how, right? It helps you to think critically about these situations, analyze it, evaluate it, draw your own conclusions based on the evidence. So pretty much every assignment that you're going to have in this course, except for the quizzes, those are, the gimmies. Everything except for the quizzes will ask you for your opinion. What do you think about this situation? What do you think about this approach? And so the purpose of that is to kind of utilize these skills, but also to like really get into it and really get into the weeds and have these meaningful conversations about history, right? About our shared story. Everyone is most likely going to draw a different conclusion or the same conclusion based on different facts, right? So we want to work on that. That's what we're going to do in this classroom here. And again, this last point here in this history class, in history class in general, in this history class in particular, World Civ to 1500, you have to embrace the idea of a growth mindset. We may cover things that are challenging to you, right? Not necessarily learning wise challenging, but they may challenge your beliefs, may challenge your understanding, may challenge things that you have taken for granted that this is no other way of looking at this situation, right? All these years until now, until me, Mr. Hannikin, is throwing this at you online, right? And that's okay. We want to lean into that challenge. We don't want to dig our heels in when we've been challenged. We want to lean into it. We want to think about, okay, why is this challenging to me? And at the end of the day, if you don't agree with me, you don't believe in it, that's okay. As long as you have something to back it up, right? I am not looking for anyone to tell me what they think I want to hear. I don't want to hear what I want to hear, right? What I think. I want to hear what you think. And we can disagree. We can have different opinions as long as you have something that's backing that opinion up, right? If you can say, based on my interpretation of this source, I think this, and that thing is different from you, Mr. Hadkin, that's fine. As long as you can tell me how you're getting that train of thought, right? But simply saying, I don't agree with you because I think you're wrong, that's not good enough, right? You gotta give me that why, right? That's part of that growth mindset, that's developing those skills. And so we want to make sure that we're honing that and working on it together, right? Not just me to the student, but students to each other as well. So keep that in mind as we're going through this class together. This is kind of a overview of what we'll be covering this semester. History 1113, again, World Civ to 1500. On the left here in the yellow, we've got kind of all the major topics we're going to hit: pre-civilization, early humans, ancient Near East, ancient Mediterranean, India, China, the Far East. The rise of religion would be a big one. So we're going to hit the 5 major world religions here: Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, all of which basically come out from the same kind of areas of the world. So it's really interesting to see how those play into each other, how they affect each other, and how that gets us to now, right? Africa and sub-Saharan societies, and then finally we'll end with Europe and the Middle Ages, right? That'll be that bridge to World Civ 2. These are your learning outcomes in the middle in this like blue purple color. So this is what the college catalog says that you will learn and I will teach you, which you will be able to do at the end of this course, is to demonstrate knowledge of important historical events and people in the ancient Western, Eastern, African, American, and medieval periods of world history. Locate and retrieve historical data relevant to the peoples, events, movements, and institutions covered in the course material, and comprehend a primary source document created within the culture or time span of the course, right? So that might be intimidating. There might be some big shoes to fill, but we've got it, right? We're going to be working together. You guys are smart. You guys are capable. You're going to get it. It's fine. We're here for you. So kind of to cover those topics, meet these learning objectives, finally in the red, pink-ish fourth red, or third, wow, we can't even count today. Fourth red box. I said it again. Third red box. There we go. Sorry, guys. It doesn't get better than this. If we were in person, it'd be just as bad. So these are our assignments, the types of assignments that you'll have in this course over the semester to kind of meet all of those challenges, all of those things that we've talked about just now. Discussion forums, you'll have 10 discussion forums, 10 quizzes, 2 article reviews, 2 primary source worksheets, 4 map activities, and then 2 exams, a midterm and a final exam. So that'll kind of see how you're dealing with this course, how you're understanding the information. Everything except for the quizzes and the exams, those are all, kind of multiple choice, kind of, hit or miss, right? Like you're wrong, you're right, right? All the other ones, your discussion forums, your article reviews, your primary source worksheets, your math activities are all going to be a chance for you to kind of demonstrate, right? Your opinions, your things, answer those questions, really delve into those skills that we're trying to learn here in this course. A little bit about my classroom. Yes, it's an online classroom, but because of the nature of the online classroom, we engage a multitude of ways of talking and interacting with each other. Sometimes it's a lot easier to write something than it is to say something, both good and bad, right? So some ground rules for our classroom. We will have a variety of assignment types. We want collaboration. Most of the assignments are going to be you're doing it yourself, but you might have to comment on the peers, or you might have to kind of share your opinion with the class. So making sure that we're doing that, right? We're approaching it in a thoughtful way, right? A meaningful way that we're actually committing to this. And if you are the student who is receiving it, right? If you're someone who's viewing someone else's information, make sure you take that, right, with seriousness, that you are approaching it in a good, constructive way. You can talk, work together, share ideas, support each other's learning, but you cannot copy each other, right? You cannot turn in 2 identical pieces of work. I'll get to that a little bit later. And above all, because of our discussion forums, because of the material we're going to be covering, respect, kindness, inclusivity, right? Every student's voice is valued. We don't talk down to people. We don't talk over people. Yes, it's online. How you're going to talk over people. We don't shut down their thinking, right? We don't respond ugly to discussion forums, right? We lift each other up. We work with each other. We collaborate. Want everyone to feel comfortable expressing their thoughts, opinions, and no judgment, right? That is the whole purpose of this class. Everyone to share their thoughts, their opinions, how they're thinking, how they're viewing a situation, reading, assignment, anything like that, right? All right. Plagiarism and academic dishonesty. Don't cheat. Don't plug in your questions to Google, your answers to Google. Don't try to find the questions for exams, for primary source worksheets, for discussion forums online. I write all of those questions. They come from my brain into our Canvas. Don't do it. You're going to find the wrong answers. You're not going to address the topic that I'm actually asking you about, and I'm going to know very easily, and you're going to get 0 points when I see that, right? Additionally, I had a really big issue with this last semester. The use of AI, right? AI is here. It's not going away. It does have a place in academia, but it is not to do your work for you. Using AI is even worse than getting another person to do it for you, because AI it can't think, it can't feel, right? And so it can't give me the opinions that I'm looking for, right? That another person could. Don't use it. I consider it to be on par with plagiarism and academic dishonesty. You'll get zeros, no makeups. If you do it, you'll be reported, right? I treat it the same way. Just don't do it. It is so much more worth your time to set aside some time and do these assignments instead of plugging it in and taking the easy way out, right? It's not easy. It's not. Especially if you are like some of my previous students who would copy and paste the answers without even looking at it and would leave things in that say, as an AI, I cannot give an opinion, right? Um, just don't do it. Write your own answers to my own questions that I write. Okay. Um, I don't play with this. I really don't. You will get a 0. You will fail this course if you use any form of plagiarism, academic dishonesty, AI, copy and paste, any of that, right? Don't do it. Okay. All right. Our syllabus is linked on our Canvas course. The curriculum is designed to cover core concepts and branches of world history, world civilization, including Asia, Africa, Europe, and the Americas. We are going to integrate with other subject areas. There might be a few articles, a few discussion forums, things that kind of cover and branch out to other disciplines: science, math, English, religion, political science, philosophy, just to name a few. And if you're coming from those backgrounds, try to see how history can help you in those disciplines as well, because everything goes together, right? Again, everything has a history. We will look at primary source investigations. We'll have a few projects, some discussions, and we'll develop these practical skills for a deeper understanding of historical principles that you can take outside of this classroom to your own disciplines, to your own personal lives, right? And the curriculum will encourage you, right? It's going to kind of force you to analyze data, draw evidence-based conclusions, and develop solutions to complex problems and questions, right? Because as you'll see in lecture 1, what is the historian's data? Humans. What's the most complex thing on this planet? Humans, right? We don't understand each other in the day-to-day in a modern sense. Now we have to try and understand previous humans, right? So it gets hard. It forces these skills, right? All right, support system from me. What can you expect from me? Open door. If you need to email me, if you need to post in the questions, I will get to them, at least within 24 hours, but definitely send me a message through Canvas, through my email, post it in the questions forum, anything like that. Wherever you feel most comfortable, you can reach out to me. I also do have some time set aside for one-on-one Zoom meetings, essentially office hours. If you need help, if you need more discussion, if you're not understanding a topic, if you're not understanding an assignment, things like that. The link for it is on my Canvas homepage. So you can get there and look for that. If you see times that don't work for you, send me an email and we can see what we can set up, okay? Communicate. This class will only be successful if you participate and if you communicate, if you're having problems, issues, questions, anything like that, right? So to support that, again, we have the dedicated questions and problems forum on Canvas. You have my email address here. It's listed on the Canvas homepage, and you can also email me through Canvas. And again, on Canvas, we have the link to my virtual office hours. So do what you need to be successful in this course. So that'll wrap us up for this introduction video. Again, just like I just said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And I'll see you guys again for lecture 1.